My name is Anne. I was trafficked by someone I trusted. I was in a tough place and thought they were trying to help. They said they were trying to help. He first reached out to me on Instagram. We hadn't met in person, but we talked quite a bit. He seemed to really care about what I wanted. I thought he was really good for me.
Hey, I just found your profile and you were super cute.
Hi, thank you so much. Do I know you or something?
Probably not. I just thought a cutie like you deserved to be recognized. So what are you up to?
Nothing much, just studying.
What do you want to go to college for?
I want to be a pediatrician.
You could totally do that. Hey, cutie.
Hey.
What's wrong?
It's just my parents. They started fighting and it's scaring me.
Well, you could go to a movies or I could buy you flowers if that'll cheer you up.
It's really sweet, but I just wish everything would stop.
Everything will be okay, I promise.
Who are you talking to?
Nobody, just some friends.
Are you sure? Do you want to talk about it?
No, Mom, I'm fine.
Okay. Why did you spend so much money?
Stop it, leave her alone.
This is none of your business. This is between me and your mother, so why don't you stay out of it?
Honey, go to your room. We're fine.
No, why do you let him treat you like this?
Anne, go to your room now.
Nobody wants you here anyway.
Nick and my mom are fighting again, and I don't know what to do anymore.
I'm sorry, do you want to talk about it?
I'm just not sure what's going on. They've been fighting for weeks now, and I can't stand being at home. They don't want me here. Nobody does.
I know it's tough. You know you're always welcome to come stay with me.
Are you sure? I don't want to be in any trouble.
It's no problem. Here's my address.
I'm Ian. I was 14 and living on the streets when I was approached. I thought he was just being nice. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I didn't think it could happen to me.
That'll be $5.
I'm sorry, this is all I have.
It's okay, I got this.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks so much for the food. I was so hungry.
No, it's totally all right. Are you okay? You seem a little down in your luck.
Honestly, no. Things have been really tough lately. My parents kicked me out and I feel like I have no one to talk to.
Man, what's going on at home?
My parents found out I'm gay and they kicked me out because they didn't want me to ruin their reputation. It's been tough.
That's so rough, and you seem so capable for... How old are you?
I'm 14, but I guess I'm really mature for my age.
Man, I would have offered you some help, but it seemed like you got it all figured out.
Oh, well, actually, I have no friends that I can stay with, and I slept on a park bench last night. All I really want is a shower.
Well, you could stay at my place for a couple days, however long you need, and we have a shower at my house, and me and my wife would be glad to have you.
Really? I couldn't ask that of you.
No, it's totally fine. Here's my address.
My name is Katie. I was raped by my uncle when I was 8 years old. Then he sold me to a trafficker. I was trapped and didn't know how to get out. We need to talk.
Okay, talk.
You said you're gonna help me out, and now I need help. To get lunch at school, kids have to pay money, and I don't have any more, so I was wondering.
Well, if you really thought I was going to give you money like that, you were wrong. You've been slacking lately. If you bring more kids in this week, I'll give you the money.
I'm Julie. I was trafficked by my best friend, along with 5 other girls in our class. I wasn't taught about these things. I didn't even know they happened.
I really hate to do this to her, but I need the money.
Hey!
What are you doing tonight?
Nothing much.
Well, you should have a supper with me.
Okay.
Okay, my dad can give me a ride.
I'll let my mom know.
Okay, let's go.
Thank you all for coming today. I know it isn't easy to express your feelings, but it's important to get your stories out there. Remember that everything you say is confidential, so feel free to express whatever's on your mind. Anne, would you like to start?
Sure. I was in the industry for 8 years. It was a blur of sedation and fear. I was raped and beaten. It was slavery. I became addicted to drugs and any kind of escape I could get my hands on. I tried to run away, but I failed every time. When my handler was arrested, I was homeless for the next few years, left to deal with all of this alone. Then I was saved by a volunteer from the shelter I was staying at. They directed me towards a rehab center and a therapist. From then, I began to overcome my addictions and talk about my trauma. I've started a family now, and we're not perfect, but I'm going to do everything I can to give them a good life.
Thank you for sharing, Anne. It's good to hear that you're going in the right direction. Ian, would you like to go next?
The couple that took me in seemed nice at first, but only after a week that basically changed. I ended up finding myself in the trafficking industry. I was abused physically, sexually, and emotionally. I became incredibly depressed and even felt worthless at times. I had basically given up. I didn't even try to escape. After a few years in the industry, I was beaten so badly that I had to go to the hospital. When I was there, my boss refused to let me die because I was making him money. At the hospital, somebody recognized the signs of a person in the industry and decided to rescue me. I've spent a really long time in recovery, but I am slowly getting better, and for that, I'm thankful.
Very good, Ian. I'm glad your recovery is going well. Katie, do you want to go next?
I've been stuck in the trafficking industry for about 13 years or so. I was manipulated into becoming a recruit of other girls. I felt really guilty about it. My childhood was filled with rape and abuse. And when I was 20, my boss left me, and I was abandoned again. Luckily, this time, I found help. I still struggle with nightmares about my past to this day. I think I'm moving forward to a positive future.
Thank you, Katie. I'm glad you're here today. Julie, would you like to go next?
It was Katie who led me into the trafficking industry, but I will never blame her. She was suffering from so much manipulation and abuse, and I was subjected to some of the same. I was in the trafficking industry for 3 years, and near the end of my 3rd year, I got pregnant. As soon as my trafficker found out, he got rid of me. I was pregnant and alone on the streets without any resources. I finally managed to get back to my family, and they were overjoyed to finally find me. But my baby was a miscarriage. I found out that I was infertile due to my time in the trafficking industry, and that destroyed me. But my doctor referred me to a therapist, and she's helping me to deal with my trauma. My life has forever been changed by the trafficking industry.
Thank you for sharing, Julie. It sounds like all of your lives have been impacted by the human trafficking industry. It takes a lot of courage to speak up and share your stories. Does anyone else have anything to add before we wrap up?
It was like being trapped in the worst nightmare anyone could ever have.
My trauma is constant. Dealing with it is a daily struggle.
I never want anyone to go through what I went through.
Human trafficking is a terrifying reality that needs to be stopped.